We are here with the diva, the performer, Richmond legend, Desiree Roots. I can say that because I've seen you in so many different performances, and I think that all of Richmond knows that's true. But you are going to be doing an incredible performance honoring the life of someone who is very legendary in music.
Yes.
Tell us about what is happening with honoring Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe is iconic. She is the epitome of girl power. She lived here for a little bit over a decade. And she is, I always say she's the reason I exist because of her legacy and my parents and, you know, that whole thing that I'm sure we'll get into.
We're going to get into that. I want to talk about that. Now, she is credited with being the influence for so many different kinds of musicians all through the years. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, Elvis Presley dubbed her the godmother of rock and roll. There's also Charlie Pride, so many guitarists and musicians that saw her perform and dubbed her that godmother of rock and roll and the queen of guitar playing. And I mean, she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So that says it all right there. You know, that's where she belongs because she was that influential and just amazing with her presence, her performance, her staging, her, how do we say, her, the way she phrased her songs, the lyrics, just amazing.
So you're going to be paying tribute to her with a special event.
Yes.
Tell us about how you are creating that, the different sounds that are coming together, the different performers that will be with you.
So this will be our second tribute to Rosetta Tharpe. And last year we had some amazing performers to join us. The musicians are all just iconic here in Richmond. And we just took some of her music and made magic with it. We're going to be doing several of her more familiar songs and maybe a few new ones. I think we have some popular songs like, of course, her rendition of Precious Lord, where she wrote entirely different words. There's one called Strange Things Happen Every Day. I think that can apply to any and everything that's happening right now.
Right.
So we're going to repeat that one. And just her music in general, it's that feel-good song and feel-good sounds that we get to recreate and just make magic all over again.
I think the powerhouse that you are as a vocalist really adds to the realism of replicating what she brought to the table too, which is going to be incredible. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about this, so I might get in trouble now, but you do have a very personal connection. You actually wouldn't exist, if I heard correctly, without her. What is that connection about?
So my father, the late great Jimmy Roots, was Rosetta's music director and also pianist for quite a few years. And my mom, a few years after my dad started traveling with Rosetta, she came to Richmond to do a performance, and there was a group that opened for her called, I think they were called the Starlights, and she fell in love with them and invited all of them to come and be her backup singers. So they became the Rosettes. It was my godmother, Lottie Smith, my cousin, Bubba not Bubba Johnson, that's another performer. Bubba and Barbara, they were sisters. My mom's best friend, Irma Thompson, and then of course my mom, Sarah Brooks. They became the Rosettes. My mom met my dad while they were out on the road, and of course they fell in love, and then they had the five of us, and so that's how it all happened.
That's incredible.
Yes.
So a lot of really special tributes and feelings as you're putting on this performance. That really is wild.
Exactly. My siblings, they, of course, she wasn't here. I think she was deceased by the time I was born, but my siblings had met her and been to her house, saw the horse that she had at her house. So they got to experience all of that, and I got to hear the stories from my mom and dad about their travels and pictures and just everything about what they did out on the road.
Excellent. Well, we can't wait. Shockoe Records going to be a big part of that as well. I think we can go to their website as well and find out more info. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm so excited to see you perform again, and we really appreciate you joining us on Showcase.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This is going to be amazing.